Steve Wright's big guests.
John Culshaw is here. He's, of course, impressionist and comedian, and also our great friend. And we love having John on because sometimes, if we ask him nicely, he'll do some impressions, but then he'll speak to us in his regular voice, which sounds like this. Hello, John.
Hello there. Yes, it sounds like this, and then it blends off into other directions.
Usually the first one, Tom Baker, so there we are. We've got that one out of the way now.
Oh, I just love it. I love it when you do Tom Baker. Now, John is one of a host of comedians appearing at a charity comedy evening in aid of Centre Point next Monday. That's Monday night, 24th of February at the Palace Theatre in London. Other comedians appearing alongside John for Centre Point's Laughing Point include Adam Hills, Josh Widdicombe and Alex Brooker from the hit Channel 4 show The Last Leg. That's a great show, that. As well as Joe Lycett, Mike Wozniak, James Acaster, Lou Sanders and Kerry Godliman. And there's still more names to be announced. So tell us a little bit, John, about the Centre Point charity. What's it all about?
Well, it helps homeless people, and I once heard someone who'd formerly been homeless say that if you give a homeless person a bit of money or a sandwich or something like that, very short-term help, but essentially it's sort of keeping them there in a way.
Yeah.
Centrepoint just thinks much more practically about the wider way to really look after homeless people over the longer term and get them out of that situation. Very smart the way they do it.
Yep, it's all good. Well, that's great. And that looks like being an exciting gig because all of those people. Radio and television has been your staple over the past, God knows how many years. I mean, 20 years now, maybe?
Oh, good heavens, yes, it might be.
Really?
It might be. That sound, I don't know whether that's impressive or depressing.
But you can also turn your hand to a musical. That was impressive, wasn't it?
Oh, Spamalot.
Wow.
Yeah, Spamalot.
How did it go?
I loved Spamalot. It was wonderful with stuff written by Eric Idle and John
Can't go
Dupre.
wrong.
You can't go wrong.
No, you can't,
Python
really.
stuff is just fantastic.
Have you been watching television recently, John? Have you seen any talent shows that we might be interested in? Or are you able to perhaps impersonate anybody that we might know? Not thinking of anybody in particular, Will.i.am.
I love Will.i.am. He's got that, I'm here with Steve Wright on the big show. Like, this show is like dope. I think dope means good, and if dope is good, then you was there.
All right.
I think Tom Jones, his voice is better than it's ever been.
What about Kylie? My name is Kylie Minogue. And that's Ricky Wilson over there. He's doing a great job on this show.
Very good. It must be difficult to find the new people and to hone them down. Although I suppose over the years you do get used to it. But if I were to pick somebody political, like Nigel Farage or somebody like that, would you have gotten him yet or not even bothered?
Amongst the politicians, quite a few of them are rather grey, but there's these little beacons which bail us out, such as Boris Johnson, thank goodness for Boris Johnson. Also, thank goodness for Will.i.am Hague, and his wonderful words like incorrigible, unilateral, and Damascus, and all of that.
Brilliant.
But I think Nigel Farage, to get Nigel Farage, if you perhaps start in the zone of somewhere near Ian Hislop, like that quizzical sort of bewildered by everything sort of way, and sort of take it up a little bit and be a bit more objectional. I think this is what they're saying. It's absolute nonsense. It's not going to work. It's pretty grim out there. I'm going to the pub.
That's astounding. That's astounding. Now, what about for you, television? You do your series, and I would imagine you have something coming up probably in the near or distant future.
Yeah, well, I do a bit with the Sky at Night these days.
I know you do,
Yes,
yeah.
that's fascinating. And it's lovely to work with the scientists and the Professor Brian Coxes of this world, whose delivery is a gift out of the galaxy for doing impressions and voices.
It's just fantastic. That is just great. Did you worry that you might not be taken seriously when you got involved? Because, I saw you on there with Patrick before he died.
Yeah.
You knew him very well, and we're all very upset. Because, for me, when I was at school, I don't know about you, but I was always interested in astronomy. And I used to, 520, I remember in the library, the astronomy books, 520, that was the number.
Oh, yes.
All the astronomy books,
Yes.
Patrick Moore.
Yeah.
To be on television with him, but also to be taken seriously, because here you are a comedian.
Yeah, just like you, I've always been interested in astronomy for as long as I can remember. And I can go on there with the mind of the enthusiast, really,
Yeah.
and ask the scientists the questions that the viewers might have, like, what does measuring the redshift mean? That's a way of measuring how far away, real far away things are, many
that right?
millions of light
Redshift.
years, yeah.
So how would you measure it, with a tape measure or not?
Well, you know, sort of like there's a type of spectroscopy that you would use to measure the light
I see.
and how that might vary
I got
over
where you're coming
millions
from.
of...
Yeah, I got it, mate.
Stellar
yeah.
spectroscopy.
Stellar spectroscopy. She used to come round our place.
Yeah. Stellar spectroscopy is probably the name of a pop star's kid somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You can see John as part of Centre Point's Laughing Point at the Palace Theatre in London. It's next Monday night, and it's all for the Centre Point charity. And as I mentioned earlier on, we've got a great bunch of comedians, Adam Hills and Josh Widdicombe and Joe Lycett, and of course John Coleshaw here, Lou Sanders, Kerry Godliman, and so many others. And as we speak, more and more will be added. So, John, thank you very much. Good to see you, and thank you for giving us a lovely, lovely performance, and good luck with that gig.
Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, it's John Coleshaw, everybody. Thank you, John.
I'll fight for ours, Nigel Farage.
No, I'll do it as Brian Cox because he's nicer.
I'll take both. May I bring on the team? I'd like to. It's Janie Lee Grace and it's Tim Smith, and here's Janie.
A rattlesnake that has been out in the rain will not rattle.
It's interesting.
Aw.
Very interesting. You think leather smells, don't you? You think it's got a leathery smell.
Yes, I do.
It hasn't really. It's got a very mild smell. It's the recognisable scent that comes from the chemicals used in the tanning process.
Oh, I thought that was the smell of the leather. Smell the wallet. Oh, it's real leather.
It is a bit of the smell of the leather, but also it's about the chemicals that goes into the tanning process. I just said that. Why don't you listen?
Sorry.
Sorry, it was a late night.
Oh, all right. You just want to tell us about your late night
I
at the
don't
Brit.
want to say anything at the moment. No, it's okay.
Are you sure? I know you were at the Brits. I know you were mingling.
I'd like to say I was up till 4 in the morning, partying with One Direction and all the other stars, but that didn't happen. But I had a good time. I'll talk about it later.
Despite everything that's going on in the world, people remain optimistic. 90% of people worldwide see their lives 5 years from now as being as good or as better than their current ones. I really don't believe that.
The world record for keeping a kite aloft is 7.5 days.
Oh,
The average person's hand flexes its finger joints 25 million times during an average lifetime.
what is an Olympics gold medal worth at Sochi? The Sochi gold medal contains 516 grams of silver and 6 grams of gold. And do you know how much Russia, roughly how much Russia, are giving their gold medalists once they've won a gold medal?
About £2,500.
No, more.
More, OK, £40,000.
No,
£50,000.
no, £80,000 approximately.
Factoids.
Josephine Cox is here, and Josephine Cox is, of course, the best-selling author, and she's about to publish her 50th novel. It's called The Runaway Woman. How is it possible, since 1989, isn't it, to think of 50 stories? I mean, how do you do it, Josephine? What is your secret?
I don't know. When I was a little girl, I loved to hear stories. The first story I heard was when I went to school.
Yeah.
And I was sitting cross-legged with all the other kids, and the teacher told us a story of Oliver Twist. And I was smitten, absolutely smitten. And I wanted to write stories like that made you sit up and live in that world.
Incredible. The Runaway Woman is about a woman named Lucy who married her childhood sweetheart at the age of 16. And over the years, Lucy is belittled by her husband and children and has no self-confidence. Inevitably, people will say, well, are your books, and you've got 50 of them, are they anything about your own life or your own experience, or does it all come from somewhere else?
It comes from all around me. If I'm on a bus, I'll hear a conversation going on behind me and I'll get my little notepad out and I'm scribbling away. It's very naughty.
Really?
Yeah, naughty but nice.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Unless you're on the night bus.
Well, that's even better.
Is that right?
You know what's going on the back seat, then, you see.
So you get inspiration from everywhere, then,
Everywhere.
and anywhere.
Absolutely everywhere. Everyone I meet, I'll probably go away with stories on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Steve and Tim.
But does the inspiration come in waves? Because some years I know you've written or published 1 or 2 books, and in other years you've written or published 4 or 5 books. I mean, how does that work?
Earlier on in my career, they did print more than 1 hardback a year. But now it's more like one hardback and then the paperback follows 6 months later. So it's a pattern now. But I have written under 2 names. Not many people know this.
Oh, go on.
No, what's the other name?
Jane Brindle, which is my mother's name. But they're very dark, sinister stories, psychological kind of stuff. They have sat for 12 years probably before I decided that I would do anything with them, because they weren't like my ordinary stories, you know.
So you weren't as confident with them as you are with your normal stuff?
Yeah, I was. I really got into them, but in all of my stories, Joe Cox stories, there are dark things going on. I've had a checkered life. I sort of grew up in a street where everyone was struggling to survive.
Where were you born?
In Blackburn, Lancashire.
Oh, OK.
Some of the characters around me, and even in my own family, were amazing. Everyone I meet, I find something I take away with each and every one.
Now, somebody like J.K. Rowling and so many other authors, Michael Dobbs and all these people, these things become television shows and they become big movies and big franchises. Do you ever think of a movie or a television programme when you're writing these stories?
No, I don't think of it, but the agent does.
Yeah.
It will happen. There are murmurings at the minute, so it will happen.
It has to, because, look, Josephine, it says here, one of the top 3 most borrowed authors at UK libraries. I mean, that's staggering, isn't it?
It is staggering. They sent me the resume of the borrows that have gone out, and I'm absolutely amazed.
Yeah.
The first books are still going out.
Who reads your books? Are they primarily for women, or is that offensive for me to say that?
No, they're not. When I'm doing the signings, not only do men and women come along, 14, 15-year-olds read them as well. Yeah, so it's amazing.
The Runaway Woman, I've mentioned a little bit about the story. Tell us a little bit more. Tell us where it's going, but obviously don't give the end away.
It could just be any ordinary family, really. I hope it makes the men think about their wives and girlfriends, whatever. Sometimes people neglect other people, don't they, without even knowing it or even thinking about it.
And we should say that this is a woman who married her childhood sweetheart quite young and then didn't realise what the childhood sweetheart was really like.
Yes, and she was also pregnant at 15, and they met at school. So there she was forced to marry him, and she did love him, but it all kind of dies down. The excitement's gone, the purpose has gone. She works very hard, Lucy. Her name is Lucy Lovejoy, but she doesn't get much joy, I'm afraid.
What does she work at?
She's in a factory, and this is where proper life comes in, because I used to work in a factory making giant toilet rolls that fed into a machine that made the filters for cigarette ends.
Really?
Yeah. So that's what she's doing.
That's where you get that from.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I see what you do.
Yeah.
The Runaway Woman by Josephine Cox is out now in hardback. It's really nice to meet you, by the way, Josephine Cox, and thank you very much for coming in and telling us about that. Now you've done one show, you can come back again in the future with
Will
the
you
next
do
one.
something for me?
Yeah, sure.
Will you say hello, Wayne?
Hello, Wayne. How are you, mate? Who is it?
That's my son. He,
Oh.
he loves you to bits.
Oh, we love him now, and we love your mum. Thank you, Josephine.
Thanks for downloading Steve Wright's Big Guests. Join Steve and the team weekdays from 2 on 88 to 91 FM, BBC Radio 2.